Hello, welcome. In this lecture, let us understand how to perform database testing using JMeter. We require few information for performing a database testing. We require these informations: server name, database name, port number, login ID and password, and permission to perform CRUD, that is create, read, update, delete operations. There are few options for creating a database. One is you can locally create a database by installing a MySQL workbench if you want to test in your local database. After installation of MySQL workbench, you need to add MySQL connector .jar file. You need to After installation, you need to add mysql connector.jar file to jmeter.zip folder and restart the jmeter. But I will not be using this option, but I will be using a free online database which you can create using this website freesqldatabase.com. What I can do is, you can visit this website freesqldatabase.com and you can click on login. And if you already have an account, you can log in using user ID and password. And if you do not have an account, click on register and you can provide your email ID here. Then you will receive an email to email ID provided here for confirmation of your account. Since I have already created account, I will click on login. And once you log in, you will get this type of screen. Since I have already created a database, I am able to view this database here. If you have not created any database, then you will get an option here, a button called create a database or generate database, and you can click on that button. And once you generate the database, you will receive the email to your email ID with all the details of your database like this. And you can note down these details for your usage during testing, and you will get all these details in your email ID. Now, since I have already created this database, I am not creating again. And to run the query and manage this database, you need to follow this link provided here. You just click on this link and it will open the login screen. And since I have already logged in, it is already uh, into the screen. To log into this screen, you need to provide these details. Provide your whole server name as this one, and provide the username as this one, whatever you received in your email ID, and then provide the password that you received in your email on your email ID, right? All the details that you have received on your email you can give while logging into this phpMyAdmin, right? And after, once you log in, you can create your database name here on the left side, right? And once you click on the database name, you will it will display the details of the database. What are the tables available here? There is a table called employee which is available, right? This is the employee table I have created. Okay, now provide the table name. I will provide the table name at test, and number of columns as, I will only provide 2 columns for the sample, and then click on go. It can take some time. Now I will give a first column name as ID, second column name as name. I will provide it as a varchar, right? Length is 10, I'll say 20, right? So we have given this one, and I can select this as a primary, right? And wait for some time, and then you can click on save. Okay, click on go, click on save. It will create the table now. So now another table called test is created. You select this table and click on insert at the top to insert the values. Now you can provide the value here. ID I will provide 100 and say, let us say 1001. Name I will provide Ram Kumar, for example, right? I can also add one more value here. Let us say 1002. Here I will say Shiv Kumar, and then I will click on go here. So it will insert these values into the table, right? So it has actually inserted two rows. So this is the query that has been executed, right? So I will note down this query for future reference. So this one I can note it down here, right? So if you want to let us say search, or you want to see the table, then you can click on this table here on the left side, and it will display the table details. See here, you can see the table, and it displayed the values that you have inserted, ID and a name. 1001 Ram Kumar, 1002 Shiv Kumar, right? Now we have created an online database. We will connect to this database using JMeter, and we will perform the testing. So let me open the JMeter. So I have opened the JMeter. What I will do is, I will add a configuration item to connect to the database. You need to add JDBC connection configuration. Right click on the test plan, click on add, right click on the test plan, select add, then select a config element, and then click on JDBC connection configuration, right? These details we have noted down earlier, right? So now we need to perform these steps. One is we connect to the database, and then we will add the JDBC sampler and write the SQL query. Then we will execute the test, and then we will verify the result. Now connecting to the database. The format of URL for connecting to the database is like this: JDBC colon MySQL colon 2 server name colon port number slash schema name. If you are using a local DB, then this kind of format you can use. Here localhost colon 3306. It will be a port number mostly that will be used during the database connection, and this is a schema name. So since we are using this online database, our format will be JDBC colon MySQL colon 2 and this is the name of the server that we have received in your email ID, and then this is the port number also you will receive in your email ID, and this is the database name. This is the database name which will also be received in your email ID. So what I will do is, I will copy this and I will use this database URL, and driver class you need to use my com.mysql.jdbc.driver. This is the driver used for connecting to the database. And username is that will also be received in your email ID, right? Username, and then password also you will receive in your email ID once you create the database. So these details we have added here, right? And remaining details you can leave it default, and the variable name created for the pool, it means we need to give a some variable name for this configuration so that we can refer this configuration later in the request. I will call it as db1, right? So we will keep the other values as default: connection validation by pool, and this time between the execution, connection, pool configuration, right? These details we will leave it as it is, the default values. And now let me add a thread group, and to the thread group I need to add a JDBC sampler. Since we are connecting to the database and we are executing the query JDBC request, right? Here variable name for pool created in JDBC connection configuration, it means this is the variable name we need to use here, right? And first let us execute the select statement. What we will do is, we have created the table name called test, then select star from test. We will execute this query, right? And let me add the listener also to view the result, and let me add some more listeners. Let us say view aggregate report and listener. You can add a view results in table, right? So now let me execute this and see what happens. So our request is successful, it executed, and let us see the response. See, two records that we have created in the database we have received, 1001 and 1002 we have created earlier, right? Both the both the records we have received, and our request is successful. And you can also view the results here, like response sample time. Like you can analyze the database performance using this parameters here, latency, connection time, right? Here as well, average, min, max, response times, right? View result tree. Now using these reports you can analyze the performance of your database, response time, throughput, etc. Right? Now let me add one more request wherein we will insert the record to the database. Add I will add one more JDBC sample request, and here what we will do is here also we will use the same db1. This is the configuration we will be using here as well. And then instead of select statement we will use the update statement here. What I will do is, so earlier we have inserted a one row, right? So insert into test name. So I will say here beam, and I will insert a 1003 and 1004, and here I will change the name to sham, right? So we can use this query to insert the values. It should insert two values, beam and sham, to the database once this request is successfully executed. And we have given this database variable name as well, conic, and we have given this uh, connection configuration variable name as well. So let me move this request here, and so first it should insert the value, and then once this second request got executed it should also show the inserted values, right? So let us execute now. Oh. So both the requests are successful. Let us view the response. So first request has done two updates, right? Response, right? So two updates. Second request, see here 1003 and 1004 that we have added in this request. First request 1003 and 1004, two records, both have been retrieved and displayed in the second request, wherein we are selecting all the data from the test table. So in this way you can do the performance testing of your database, and here by using a various types of listeners you can measure the response time, throughput, and various other factors. Here you can see uh, average response time, median, maximum response time, minimum response time, error, throughput, all the details are displayed here. In this way you can do the performance testing of your database, and I will attach this. And now we have run the test as well, and we have verified the result. We have performed all the steps, and I will attach this document for your reference, but you need to create your own database because my database will not be accessible, since I will be deleting this database once this lecture is over. Thank you for watching.